All right, here is a question that anthropologists and evolutionary biologists get asked time and time again. If we evolved from monkeys, then why are there still monkeys here? Or, if we descended from monkeys, how are there still monkeys around today? Now, this question is usually asked by a rational thinking person who just has a limited understanding of how evolution works and how it operates. So it comes from a place of critical thinking, and this question shouldn't be viewed as silly in any way whatsoever. But no, you didn't just poke a hole in decades of evolutionary research with this one question. So to start, evolution is not a linear process where a species must always replace its parent species. Because if this were true, the number of species in the world would never increase. Never. Think of your family tree. It has many branches and twigs stemming out from your ancestors. And you descended from your grandparents, yet you both can exist at the same time. So no, evolution is not a ladder or a linear system where every new species would replace the previous one from which it evolved. Also, our relationship from monkeys is far more distant than what many people actually believe. So the term monkey can be ambiguous when used to explain evolution, and it's thrown around loosely by those who do not study the science of evolution and biology. So modern day monkeys consist of two groups. The first group is Old World monkeys, and the next group is New World monkeys. Now, New World monkeys are a segment, just a small segment, of the simian family tree, and that same simian family tree also includes apes and us modern humans as well, and some other family members of ours, family members. So roughly 40 million years ago, a new branch sprouted from that same simian tree. This little offshoot branch represented a new subpopulation. And within this subpopulation, an additional branch, or twig, if you will, crossed the Atlantic and evolved into modern day New World monkeys. The remaining population that stayed behind and did not travel across the Atlantic became extinct. The main population of the simian family tree branched out again 25 million years ago, and it created an additional segment that is comprised of modern day Old World monkeys and another branch of apes and later humans. Humans, okay? So let me actually show you a visual so you can understand kind of what I'm describing if you're more of a visual person. Okay, so it looks upside down, and that's because this man, Richard Carter, is actually the one who designed this, and this is the direction that he had designed this originally, but for the sake of what we are discussing, I will show it to you like this, because it looks a little bit more like a tree, and visually that's a little more appealing for some people who are just now beginning to understand this. So let me expand a little further. Now, if we were to use accurate proxemics, Old World monkeys would be just a little closer to modern day humans. And this is because a more recent common ancestor that shares the same number of teeth and premolars with modern humans was discovered. And this is backed by morphological and genetic evidence as well. So we modern day humans share 93% of our DNA with rhesus monkeys. And because roughly 25 million years ago, we diverged from a common ancestor. So we did not evolve directly from them, so keep that in mind. Now, humans are more closely related to chimpanzees, among other apes. We share roughly 98 to 99% of our, or humans, their DNA. And remember, evolution is not a linear process where one species always replaces or evolves into another. And it can be best described, in my opinion, as a shared tree, where new branches and twigs develop. Just like you have your cousins, and you guys all came from a common ancestor, you can all exist at the same time. So some previously mentioned percentages seem like high numbers, of course, but out of the 3 billion genetic building blocks, you share 99.9% of that with the person sitting next to you. So really what makes you unique is only 0.1% of your genetics. But on a lighter note, to give a little perspective of how complex genetics really are, I would like to give you a few examples of the everyday things you actually share your DNA with. We share 90% of our DNA with cats. Cats. 85% of our DNA with a mouse. 61% with a fruit fly. 60% with bananas and chickens. So genetics and evolution go much deeper than just percentages. And there are an immense number of factors that make up that 0.1% difference between you and your neighbor or neighbors. So I will let this information kind of marinate for a while and come back with another video soon. And if you have any questions about what I've discussed today, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions and offer you some of the resources that I have used that can hopefully help you as well.